Okay, welcome along everybody to a brand new season of FTRL League Racing. My name is Simon, I'm otherwise known as Blue Flag in FTRL, and joining me tonight is Dan, otherwise known as Rich T Gaming. Okay, he's left me. I'll have to invite him back, bear with. Right, technical difficulties aside, tonight we're at Germany for round one. New game possibly means that the pecking order's been shaken up, so it's everyone's first real chance to, after bedding into a new game, to show what they've got. So possible pole time tonight, we could be looking at a sub 1 minute 11, I would think. In a few practice races I've seen guys doing very low 11s, so there's, I think, possibility for some guys to get into the high 110s. Now, have I been joined by my co-commentator? No. So things to watch out for in qualifying is possible track limits penalties and invalidated lap times. I would say most likely they're going to occur at turn 1, which we'll see with Plexits here.
I've returned.
He's back. So I'd imagine that by running wide there, Plexits would have just invalidated his lap times, so need to be very precise through turn 1. So, now you're back, Dan.
Yep.
How are you?
Well, as long as PlayStation Network holds up, I'm okay. Oh, and I've got the revving glitch now.
Yeah, the revving glitch is still a thing on... It's not on everyone.
No, it's just the top 2 for me. Oh, as Chico goes for a ride in the sand. So, Harmon, would you like to run us through the teams, or would you like to go through the corners? I'll let you decide.
Well, we'll run everyone through the teams, so if anyone hasn't seen the team reveal stream, which is on the YouTube channel, in the Mercedes this season we've got the all-Dutch duo of Dutch Tricks and Plexits. In the Ferrari we've got our league owner and his long-term fangirl Catamies. In the Red Bull, I don't think we've got any Red Bulls tonight. That would have been Car World and Trizzy. I don't think either of them have been able to make it this evening. In the Renault we've got Lennon and Co-Andy. The Haas this season we've got Tico and Goldie. Goldie joining us fresh for this season, so be interesting to see what he can do. In the McLaren we've got John and It's Physics. In the Force India we've got possible favourite for the title Button and Ex Lexand. In the Toro Rosso we see defending Div 1 champion FTRL Panda, and he's alongside Ollie P. In the Sauber we've got Pagani and Houdini, and the Williams we have Oxox and Spurge.
Strong lineups.
It's a very strong division this season, and I'm really looking forward to see how this plays out over the next 12 weeks.
I'm also very glad I'm not in this division, because I know I'd be relegated straight away. Right, so someone has done a quali lap on softs. Is that Plexit? I believe it was. Yeah, it was.
He's done that on softs?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's showing me ultra softs. If he's done a 111 on softs, that is seriously quick.
No, not Dutch, Plexit.
Oh yeah, Plexit, yeah. Plexit has set his time on soft. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong Dutchman.
So yeah, this is going to be a continuous thing now.
It is, 2 Dutchmen in the same car.
Yeah.
So...
It would be like having Bottas and Raikkonen.
It would be. Katamise is just winding up for his flying lap. He's going to have a go on the soft tyre, which could be a strong strategy call here, because setting a time on the ultra soft, they're only really good for maybe 4 or 5 laps at the start of the race. So if you commit to the ultra soft, you're pretty much committing to a 2-stopper.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can set a time on the soft and qualify quite well, you could be putting yourself in a pretty decent position. And the soft to the medium is an option for you.
Yeah. I'll have to copy that myself, to be honest.
See, that is something that I'm noticing on this new game, is that it makes you think a hell of a lot more, and especially with the ERS management.
Yeah, especially with the amount of time you get as well in qualifying there. 112.8 is not bad on the softs.
No, decent effort. But
So,
the top 10 all ultra soft runners.
oh. Aaron has done his quali lap in Rich rather than Max, so...
Now, he made a similar mistake in the practice race last night. I think he'd done his final quali run in standard.
Andy, potentially some rain before the end of this session. And onto the podium, also known as Connor. In the vote I put up on Twitter, the favourite to lead the championship after tonight is Aaron. So, people thinking Aaron's going to win tonight.
No pressure, Mr. League owner.
Yeah. Is the performance on Wednesday? It is not.
No, performance starts in 2 weeks' time, I think. I think it's the 20... Is that 26th?
I think it will, yeah, it will be 26th. There are still spaces for that if you are interested. I hate to plug my own division, but...
Oh, and Ox has unfortunately been that coming out of turn 1.
Oh, and Lexland goes above him just after that. It would have been interesting to see a quali session red flagged, especially where Ox's car is.
Yeah, smashed parked in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
At pit exit. But
that would be more time, but
Well, speaking of times, I did say that there was potential for the pole time to be a high 1 minute 10-second lap. Dutch Tricks has proved me right for now by doing a 1:10.8.
Yeah. We got Tim N as well in the chat. Ravers. Got Panda. No problem, AMK. LRC. I believe there is, as far as I know, 8 seats left in the Performance League. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gary. But yeah, 7 minutes left. We have got into the 110s. I say we. Dutch Tricks is the only one. I won't be getting in those tomorrow.
Tico's come close.
Yeah. That is not bad at all.
So just go on board with Co-Andy. He's coming down to what I think will be the prime overtaking spot in the race. And that'll be the turn 6 hairpin.
I've got a good question for you, Si.
Oh, go on then.
To chat by Marcus. What do you think the speed difference will be between Div 1 and Div 2?
That is a good question. I mean, I know that from, like I say, we've done some practice runs around Germany over the last day or two, and looking at the quality times we've got here, I don't think the difference is that great. I mean, I know that some of the Div 2 guys are capable of doing a 111, a very low 111, maybe a 10. I mean, I myself am doing an 11.3 or an 11.4 in quali, so I don't think the difference is going to be maybe as great as some people think. There are still some decent drivers in Div 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends.
It all depends. Everything you said.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I mean, it all depends on how everyone's taken to the game.
Yes. I believe that is an invalidation for Dutch Tricks.
It will be. I've just got on board with him, I think just in time to see him catch the car on the exit where Oxhot's lost his.
The button has done a 125.9. Don't know what tyres he was using, but...
Well, it's showing me that he's done that on the Ultra Soft, so... Probably
leave a bit of gravel on top.
I was going to say, there's probably going to be some dirt and muck on those. Now, with the game having elongated the short qualifying sessions for us, it now gives the drivers a clear opportunity to do 3 runs rather than just the 2. I mean, some tracks it was possible to do 3 runs if you were out like a bullet.
Right, I've closed down the stream now due to me lagging out. That could be the servers of PlayStation, I don't know. Three minutes left.
Yeah, PSN was being a bit slow for me earlier on, so I did a full shutdown and reboot of my router just to be sure.
Yeah, it's not my router. I did try and join back once and it was like PlayStation Network is busy. So Andy's done himself well, putting himself into P4.
I was going to go on board with Aaron for half a lap, but his car's got the revving glitch.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating. And now I can't see the name of 7th, which is...
That is Lennon.
Yeah. Oh, Dutch has lost it somewhere. And that will be an invalidation for Tico. Well, if you ride on board with Aaron in the different camera, you can't really hear it.
No, in the broadcast cam you can't notice it, but...
On board with him you can.
And, yeah, I was on board with Lex Sanders. He retired the car, coming into the stadium. Just ran
Not sure
wide
if Aaron,
and...
invalidated here.
Well,
Flexit.
if he has invalidated, he's still going full bore at it.
Yeah, wants another lap.
Well, if he was going to go for another lap after this, I would have thought he'd be energy saving, but he's absolutely emptied his battery.
Yeah. Might have rechargeable batteries. Well, he's only about 200. Oh no.
Well, he didn't improve.
Gone off there. Yeah. He has retired. Lennon has joined back. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I was just going to say he's only about 200 off Coandy. Oh.
And Goldie has just hit. I think that was Aaron's retired Ferrari has driven back onto track.
No one's fault. It was just...
No, that is something that we're going to have to maybe address for future races. By the look of that.
Well, the new patch is meant to be coming out soon, isn't it? So we'll see how quick it comes. As Coandy finishes currently in P4.
Well, Spurger's unnoticed popped himself into P5, and he's done exactly the same lap time as Aaron.
Don't know how Aaron's going to feel about that. Got Lennon on his lap.
Well,
Academy's 11th.
I just hope that the same time glitch doesn't exist.
Yeah. Oh. Lennon went up. Lennon went 4th. So Coandy is 5th. So that's both Renaults 4th and 5th. Oh, got some XP for that.
Hey, I didn't do anything. I was just spectating. Right, so Dutch claims the first pole position of the season with a 110.8, puts him 2 tenths clear of Tico in P2. Then we've got Lexand in 3rd with Lennon in 4th, followed up by Coandy and Spurge. Aaron and Plexic share row 4 with Goldie and Ox rounding out the top 10. Ollie P and Catamese 11th and 12th. Houdini, Button, which that's unexpected for Buttons, so I don't know if he's had some struggles there, and Panini rounds out the grid.
I think Button had some connection issues. He had to keep rejoining back, so unlucky for him. But it does happen. that was a good qualifying session. I'm liking the length of time that you get.
Yeah, like I say, it gives you the chance now to do a clear 3-run session rather than, you know, just doing the 2 and having to settle.
Yeah.
You get that extra run in it. Yeah, it just gives you more of a chance to try and improve.
Would you also like to add what else is going to be at the start of this?
Would you be referring to our first use of the formation lap?
Oh, I wonder where you somehow got that from. Yeah.
Yep, so we are now running the formation lap. Just given that it just adds that extra bit of a real feel to the experience.
Yeah.
So be interesting to see what the guys have done in respects to their fuel strategies.
What is surprising is, well, not, which isn't surprising, should I say, everyone out of the top 10 is on the softs. And literally everyone's on the ultra softs, so they should get a big jump on the top 10, to be honest. So that could play into their hands.
It could do, because like we said earlier, everyone from 1 to 10 I would expect to be in within the first 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah. Just looking at Button, he's having some connection issues in front of Pagani.
Oh god, yeah.
Be aware of Button on the track.
Yeah, did Force India install a teleportation upgrade for this event?
That would explain their recent form. Right, hopefully that doesn't cause too much chaos.
Yeah, well, as the guys form up on the grid.
All was left.
Yeah. Have you got a favourite for the race here?
I don't have a favourite, because it is a very tough grid to look at, but I'm going to go with... Ox, to be honest, to take this. What about you?
I think I'm going to go with Dutch. I think the pole sitter's going to convert. Anyway, we're underway. And X-Lexan's already got the jump into P2 on Tico. So they all file down to turn 3.
Right, so Button's car is ghosting whilst he joins back. So, luckily, the car has stayed in the game. In the race, should I say. Catamese has moved himself up to P10. Ox is in P8. Oh, it was a...
Tico's got himself back up the inside of Lexand. He reclaims his P2.
Do you finish, drivers? Ox got the inside line.
Yep. Aaron and Co-Andy going wheel to wheel. Look like the two Saubers running synchronised wide corner there.
That area before you come into the stadium, and you've got worn tyres, that can be a bit... Oh, and Plexitz he's gone off. Not sure what happened.
Well, if that was the Sachs curve, the 180-degree left-hander there in the stadium, the chances are he's probably clipped that inside curb and it's over-rotated the car.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Yep.
Sorry, go on.
Now go on.
Put you off there. Button is back, he's in control of his car. To an extent.
And Co-Andy's got back up the inside of Aaron at the hairpin. Aaron's going to fight him back. But can he hold it round the outside?
Oh. Aaron had a little wobble there.
Yep, he's held it. So that looks like it's going to be a decent battle, and Ox is getting in on the action.
Oh, Cat.
And Cat's coming into it now.
Yep. Made a lot of positions already, Cat. Oh, he is not. He completely braved that out then against Coandy.
What we've got to bear in mind with Cat is he's on the soft tyre, so all the positions that he makes up now could pay him back big at the end.
He's looking strong. Ox has got himself up to P7.
And he fancies his chances at Aaron's 6th place. He's going to have DRS.
Aaron's committed to the outside line in the next corner.
Aaron going to go for the switchback.
Oh.
We know Aaron loves the switchback.
Yeah.
Button's currently doing the okey cokey. He's in, out, in, out.
Two Salvers in P12 and 13. Oh, there's yellow Lexland. It's that same place again. Oh, be careful when rejoining.
It's going to be that inside curve, isn't it? That is something I'm noticing on this game. There are certain curbs you hit and they're no grip, they just spin the car.
Right, so Lexland has gotten his cutter. He's also cut turn 1 as well. I can see him coming in this lap. His tyres are a bit...
We're going to have a lead change.
Oh, Plexits has gone off at turn 1.
So Tico and Dutch trade positions. Tico's now the race leader.
Lemon in P3. Ox in P4.
So
Got himself up there.
what I failed to mention at the end of qualifying there is that Dutch Tricks smashed the Hockenheim lap record.
Oh right. What is the lap record?
Well, in real life the lap record is a 1:11.2, which was done by Sebastian Vettel in qualifying this year. So yeah, he's out qualified Vettel by 0.4 of a second. So well done Dutch. So
Spurge has I think he's spun going into the pits, but he's made it in. Coandy has had a massive wobble. He's lost his wing there coming into the pits, so we'll see if they fix that.
So Ox and Lennon have toughed it out for another lap on the Ultras.
Ox P1, Lennon P2, and Katames P3.
So Katames is going to inherit the race lead when these two pit.
Narni and Houdini, both Salbers P5 and 6. Ollie P without his teammate this week due to internet issues, sadly.
Yep, the reigning champs defence not getting off to the best start. And who was that?
Lennon. Oh, that was Lennon. That was.
Yeah, I saw the car in the background.
Yeah. You did say these tyres would like start to feel awful about lap 4.
Yeah, and that would have been an in lap for sure.
Yeah.
He was probably just trying to pushed the last bit of life out of them, and it's cost him. So Katamise inherits the race lead.
The Ox comes out in P8.
So yeah, we've got some time penalties starting to come in now. So they were going to be an issue, and the primary source of that is going to be turn 1.
Yeah. Dutch tricks. It'd be interesting if he can get the jump on Tika now and overtake him, because that would then be the next pole for when the top 4 pit. So,
Yeah, I mean, he's harvested a little bit more battery power than Tico has.
and Houdini has gone off turn 1. Lost an awful lot of positions there.
Right. Dutch has now got DRS, and he's not using any battery power, so he's relying completely on the slipstream. And it wasn't enough.
I think he's being smart about it.
He is being smart about this. He's not killing those tyres. Whereas
Especially like Kimi last week.
yeah, I think his plan is to make Tico defend and burn his up.
Yeah. Right, so
We've lost Button for good,
yeah.
at least from this race.
Lucky with those connection issues. And what lap do you think the softs will start to grain, really? And Houdini's gone on the straight as well.
A fresh set of softs, I would say probably 15 laps, possibly 16, if you can push them.
Without any wobbles. That's exactly what happened to Houdini, as he lost his on the straight after a wobble the lap before.
So
Goldie
Dutch,
now making a move on Spurge.
yeah, Dutch is still
Good.
playing it smart behind Tico, just staying within DRS range. Just letting him pull him along.
What he's that's what I was going to say. He's pulling him along just so Ox doesn't catch up to him massively as well.
Spurge and Goldie still going at it.
So they will both move into P9 and 10 when they overtake the ghosted PhysX.
Yeah, a couple of connection issues tonight, which is unfortunate to see.
Yeah. I think it is the PSN tonight. I think it's struggling.
And Tico's got past Panini on his worn soft tyres. And Dutch is currently stuck behind him. And this is helping Tico out.
Now if you know Pagani, he's not
He's not going to make this easy.
Yeah. Well, Lennon's left.
That was a good move by Dutch to get past Panini into turn 1 there.
Yeah. Garney's being safe. He's making sure his tyres get to where he wants, just so he can sort his one stop really.
Now Dutch is probably going to have to push this for a lap to get himself back into DRS range of Tico so he can resume his plan.
Yeah.
And Ollie P's got ahead of Katamise, we've missed that.
You'd think with 4 eyes one of us would see it, but... no. Nico as well, he's also gaining on the sub too. I think within the next couple of laps we could see the soft starters to go on their mediums really.
So there's a few gaps developed in the mid pack. We've still got Goldie and Spurge quite close together. It's the closest battle we've got at the moment.
Yeah, I've been watching this. DRS now. Goldie taking the outside line into the hairpin. No, he's not. Gone. He's got the overtake and he's gone defensive.
Yep, he's blocked the cutback.
Yeah. Good defence really.
But all Spurge has got to do is stay close because he'll get the same opportunity on the next lap.
Yeah.
Which is probably why these two are so close. They've probably been trading places for the last 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah. Cat is gaining a bit on Ollie P.
So I just wonder if Cat went into a bit of a harvest mode. He's going to have a look.
It is a bit of a dive, but no contact.
It was clean enough. I think Ollie knew it was coming.
Yeah. Didn't want to risk his own race really to defend it, which is very respectful. And if you can see behind those two, there is a Haas behind them.
Yep, that would be Tico and Dutch coming to the party. Which they've made this set of soft tyres work for them because they've basically made the pit stop back up.
Yeah. And you can tell by the way the top two both exited the last corner that they are struggling for grip. Because Dutch and Tico took that a lot faster than they did.
And now with Tico stuck behind Ollie and Cat, he's got a poor exit and Dutch has taken full advantage.
Speaking of Ollie and Cat, Ollie's going to have to take the outside. She does, is Cat going to dive it back? No.
Oh, bit of a concertina effect there.
Yeah. Tico had a little wobble then.
Now, it's hard to tell if there was any contact there and whether anyone lost any wing because there's something in the way.
That is a big issue.
Oh, I love a helicopter shot. It's a great shot of this 4-car train going through the stadium section.
If you was one of the top two, what would you do? Would you hit this lap and go on the mediums, or?
Well, I know that in the next lap or two, those softs will be absolutely useless.
Dutch goes into P2, and oh, Ollie P's touched Dutch, and Cat's gone into P1. I think Dutch has lost front wing, from what you can see anyway.
It does look like that left-hand side of his wing. There is one way to find out.
And if you look on,
yeah, he's lost a little bit because his left side of that wing looks a bit different to Plexit's.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what happened was Dutch dived, but he didn't really expect that Ollie P was that close to Cat, and got past Cat, but collected Ollie as well.
Ollie's wide into the stadium. Oh, and Dutch has tapped Ollie.
Is Cat gonna pit? No.
No, but Ollie is. So Ollie could find himself getting the undercut, like you say.
Could be my imagination, but there is a bit of a front left blister on Catman's tyre. Okay, he's starting to fall, because there is a line in the middle of it. But nevertheless, Tico is in the DRS range and he's using it around the outside. Good move. Cat making the tyres last. Now what's this do for Dutch's plan? Because he's going to struggle in the corners, and I feel like that's where he was catching Tico, or at least keeping up with him.
Well, that's the thing, he's now possibly going to have to make a wing change, and that's going to cost him another 7 seconds.
Yeah.
So that could well have just handed the race. Well, it's probably ended his Tico battle. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, anything can happen.
Is Cat going to cover it off? He is. So see who comes out where.
Where's Ollie? He's in the stadium section behind ex-Lexand.
Yeah, and Cat just decided to ride the gravel before he came in there.
That's not going to help his pit entry speed.
And Ollie coming down the straight.
Cat's at pit exit. Cat's covered it off. And ex-Lexand's in between them for good measure.
DRS. That's the compound as well.
And Cat's tyres won't be up to temperature either.
Yep, Pagani pit as well. He's come out in 8th on the mediums.
So, what have we got? We've got Catamies, Ollie and Panini and Spurge, I would say, all going to the end of this race now.
Yeah.
With the rest of the runners needing to make another pit stop. And I would expect that pit stop to come around between, I would say, lap 18 and lap 21. Depending on what they go on to. Aaron's gone now.
Ooh.
What is he going to go on to?
Oh.
Oh.
No, he's stuck. Oh no.
Okay. Spectator glitch.
Did you get that as well?
Yep, I got that as well.
Oh, flashbacks of Malaysia came all the way back.
Yeah, that was haunting.
So he's on the softs on my screen.
He's on the mediums. Spectator glitch lives.
For goodness sake. Right.
In the meantime, Catamies and ex-Lexander trading tyre paint and bodywork.
Oh, had a big flash there. Flash of the Ferrari engines.
Next,
But it's
Lexand
not.
is struggling with
Unfortunate
those.
mistake.
He's struggling with those rear tyres. He's had a couple of squirms out of the last couple of corners.
Ollie P's on the back of him as well. I can see him making a move on the straight. Ollie P picks up a penalty.
Well, he won't worry too much about that. He sizes up Lexand.
Ollie P, yeah. Nice and simple. Yeah, that wing damage has really affected Dutch now.
Oh, wow. That was close. Lexand locked up into the hairpin and crashed into the right rear tyre of Ollie's car. Fortunately, it looked like there was no harm done. But yeah, that wing damage is costing Dutch not as much as we thought, although I'm wondering if Tico knows that Dutch has got that wing damage and has been able to ease off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much battery he's got. I think that's about 30%. I'm not sure. Can't really see from here.
Well, he's got 33% of his battery. He's running in mode 1. So he's using it, but
Right, Goldie has pit from P10. He'll come out in P11. So will those softs make it to the end?
from here they should.
Yeah. I think he waited Spurge out a bit.
So it looks like Ollie and Kat are going to resume their battle now. Ollie's just sticking within DRS range at the moment.
Yeah, Ollie's
And Dutch and Ox are in the pits, and because of that, Dutch has changed his wing, and Ox has jumped him as a result.
not bad at all. Yeah, what I was going to say was Ollie seems to have come to life on these mediums as he's got DRS. Cat is not putting up a fight at all. Oh, and he comes back. Now he's fighting. No touching there. Ollie's just covering off the switchback.
Right, race leaders in the pit lane. He'll put on another set of soft tyres to take him to the flag. And he should get out in front of these two that are duelling over P2 at the moment. Yep,
She has.
Comfortably out in front. We've got a battle for fourth and fifth.
As well. DRS open.
Dutch on the inside. got the move done. Catamies and Ollie have traded the place as well.
Is Ox going to go back? Bit of a corner cut there from Dutch. He won't care though.
He might care about that one though.
Very much so, yeah. Ollie catching Catamies now DRS range. Or it's just that final corner that he struggles on.
It could just be the dirty air off the car in front washed him wide. Zox picks up a time penalty at turn 1.
When Tico came out, he was about 6.6 seconds, so not sure what happened. But he's gaining that time back now. Right, Goldie has jumped Coandy, I believe.
Well, we have now got a 4-car train forming for P2, and the cars in 4th and 5th have a tyre advantage, a big tyre advantage.
Very true. Dutch and Ollie P already know each other well this race. Could you imagine if Tico made a MIS TAKE?
Let's not commentators cursing, Dan. We've got a nasty habit of doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, Ollie's got into the back of Catamies.
Can't see damage.
I think he got away with that. Got a very
DRS
robust car.
He's a sitting duck. Or he's a sitting
Yeah,
cat.
3 wide.
And he's held it. He's forced. Ollie P's got second.
Ollie's come out of that quite well. And Ox has got ahead of Dutch, so Cat's going back up the inside.
Ox touched the back of Ollie P there. They're all squabbling. We've got a race. And Dutch going up the inside of Ox. What a move. Oh, and he goes back. What a good move. And Ollie P is now down into P5. As he struggles with that penultimate corner once again.
Great racing all round there, boys. Well done.
10-second advantage for Tico now.
Well, Ox has gone deep into turn 3 and it's almost allowed Dutch up the inside.
Yellow in sector 2. And that is Spurge.
Cat has to go defensive, but is he able to fight this back? He is. Same result. He's forced the car that was trying to overtake him out wide, and it's allowed someone to make up 2 places. And there's a bit of contact there.
Ox is touching quite a bit now, that front wing.
The 2 fins getting together, that was almost reminiscent of Bottas and Raikkonen in Russia.
Yeah.
Same cars.
Yeah, Cat did his all there. Fair play.
No, we've lost Spurge.
Yeah, he had a big wobble in the stadium, and then his tyres are going to be massively overheated and slippery, really.
So with all that battling going on over P2, Tico's checked out in front.
Yeah. Oh, and X-Lexander has gone for a day on the gravel trap, really, and Coandy jumps him. Goldie now into P8. This is his first Division 1 race, isn't it?
Yep, I believe so, and it's not a bad showing.
Aaron is catching Pagani
I was
now.
going to say, are we going to have a battle of the admins occurring? Watch this space.
Yeah, and Ox is hunting down Dutch as we speak. Half a second the gap. Don't believe any of them have damage. We lost 4 drivers sadly in this race.
I'd say that's an average rate of attrition.
Yeah. Bit of a lock up there from Dutch. Well, Ox and Dutch is the closest battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on that gap between Panini and Aaron. He's coming down gradually. We've got yellow in sector 2.
That's it.
Now, Dutch has managed to pull away from Ox a little bit.
Ox has a lot more, but well, not a lot more, but about 20% more battery than Dutch does.
Have you seen the comments on the stream, Dan?
I have not. I had to close it down due to the fact that, yeah, what has been said.
Well, good evening to Ryan, aka FTRL Daddy. Dan to bin it in the first corner.
Tomorrow.
Well, you're not going to do it tonight, are you? Unless you're going to have a practice race and get it out the way.
Just for that, Ryan, I'm going to collect you when I do, and we'll go into the wall together.
Steady on, that's my teammate.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, the gaps seem to have stabilised a bit for now.
2/10.
Yeah, see, Ox closes up going into the hairpin, and then over the rest of the lap, Dutch is able to pull the gap back out to 7 or 8 tenths, and it's just enough to keep him ahead.
The issue is, Dutch is not conserving that battery. It's going from 14 to 20, whereas Ox, he is, and he's on 50% now, so...
Well, what Dutch is doing is he's harvesting it through the second half of the lap. Like now he's running he's got no battery deployment.
Yeah.
So he's storing it through the stadium section, and then he's turning it up through sector 1. And he's put a wheel on the grass, and it's made him run very wide at turn 1.
And another penalty.
And that is probably going to give Ox all the invitation he needs, because he's about half a second closer this lap than he has been for the last 2 or 3. He's coming, but he's just not close enough. Dutch locks up into the hairpin.
Brave move around the outside, but he just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Right, so we're talking about this gap between Aaron and Pagani, but Pagani
Pagani
is catching
he, yeah, Pagani stretched the gap to Aaron, and in doing so, he's reeling in Ollie.
A man who lacks confidence is currently in P6, so he's doing well at the moment. And there has been a move. Ox has done it. Dutch dives it back. Very good move round the outside. Thought Dutch was going to dive it, but he was sensible about it.
So the Finn passed the Dutchie on the left hand side.
Yes.
I've been waiting a long time for that.
Well, one tried in Italy, and yeah, everyone got a penalty for it.
So that gap between Panini and Ollie is down to half a second. Guys in the stream, would you mind giving us your shouts for driver of the day, please?
yes.
See what your thoughts are.
Well, considering you're asking, who is your driver of the day, Simon?
Well, given that he had absolutely zero confidence going into this race, I mean, he had zero confidence when he found out he was definitely going to be in Div 1, so I mean, it's been a decent showing from Panini this evening. Saying that, Tico's driven pretty much the perfect race, you know.
Yeah.
Kept his kept his nose clean when he was in that battle between himself, Dutch, Catamise and Ollie. Catamise, there's a few shouts here that you could go with. I'm going to commit to Panini.
Yeah.
We haven't seen much of him, but he's quietly gone about his business, and he's going to pick. Looks like he's going to pick himself up a decent haul of points.
I think he'll be happy with how this goes. However, I hate to mention this, and I know a lot of people don't like these two words, but time penalties are huge, especially around small tracks like this. So, be exciting to see
and
who drops where.
Looking at those gaps, I wouldn't say anyone is particularly safe.
Yeah.
It looks like Aaron's starting to close in on Ollie P now.
Flexits has retired. just couldn't make it towards the end.
Goldie picks up another time penalty, so that could cost him to co-Andy.
Right. Aaron is going to make a last lap of this. I would conserve your battery all for his last sector.
He has switched the battery down to no deployment.
Meanwhile, Ollie's stayed on 1. He's got 50% left.
Yeah, but he knows he's going to need that 50%. As Tico's coming down to the hairpin for the final time.
He's had a very good race, Tico.
So Ollie picks up another time penalty. Aaron closes right in under braking, so I think this is probably going to be the final move of the Grand Prix.
He's soft versus used mediums.
They're both used mediums.
Damn.
Spectator glitch.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It's a good move nonetheless.
Yeah, Aaron got the move done nonetheless. Meanwhile, Ox has closed up half a second to Dutch, but it's not going to do anything for him.
Dutch did pick up a lot of penalties.
Yep. Well, Tico's won the race. Who's going to pick up second? It's Ox on time penalties.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming home for a very good P4.
A very strong P4. Well done to him. Panini across the line for P5.
Oh,
gets jumped by Aaron. Ollie P gets P7. Now, Goldie and Andy, who's going to claim 8th? Andy gets it. So time penalties played their part.
People voted for Aaron to be leading the championship. However, they didn't say what championship, so they are leading the constructors at the moment, I believe.
That's a very fair point.
Right, are we conducting the podium interviews, or...?
Haven't heard anything, but I'm going to assume so. So I'll go and get our podium trio of Tico, Ox and Dutch Tricks.
Oh, again, not with the Dutchies. Oh my god. Is this now a thing in every season?
I hope so.
Apparently. Jesus.
I don't even take over.
No, but in all seriousness, that was brilliant racing in the middle stint.
Yeah. Only P just broke my front wing. Oh my god. Screwed up everything.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That's why you came
I
close
heard.
to me and you had me in the pit stop. So.
Yeah.
Okay, evening gents, well done.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll begin with our race winner, Tico.
Yes.
Well done.
Thanks.
Pretty much a perfect drive from you. What do you think won that for you? 'Cause, you was having one hell of a battle with Dutch in that middle stint.
Yeah, it was. But at the end, the front wing that broke on the car of Dutch, I think that won the race. That won me the race.
Yeah, we thought he
And at
picked
the
up.
end-
We thought he'd got some damage, which was a shame because that was a really good battle, and I know that me and Dan were both thoroughly enjoying it, and it was getting a lot of love on the stream as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just putting away from the other guys, and then the front wing
Yeah, it was
broke.
our
That
tactic
ended the
to,
battle.
Yeah, you
go,
might.
drive away from some cars and then battle at the end. But that never happened when my front wing broke.
Yeah, you made those soft tyres work for you in the middle stint rather well because you made up the early pit stop you had to make to the guys that hadn't pitted yet. So just shows how powerful the fresh tyres are.
Yeah, they are.
So how have you how are you finding the new game? You adapting well? It looks like it.
Yeah, I like it with the tire temperatures. Yeah, I'm pretty good in tire saving, so I think that won me the race as well.
I think that's going to be a useful trait to have this season.
Yeah.
You got anything, Dan?
No. I will continue to Ox, who just about snatched it. At the end on time penalties, you had a good few battles that race. I was very impressed, especially with that 4-car battle. Yeah, you was a bit forced off. What was going through your mind at that point?
Well, you know, pretty much. I was thinking to myself, what if this huge battle of ours ends up in a huge fireball with everyone out? And I was thinking to myself, I have to clear these guys up as soon as possible. And then obviously there was the betrayal of Katimies. He pushed me wide at the hairpin. He took the defensive line and you know, launched me, and I had to take the wide line, and then Dutch took the inside line and gained the so-called P2 at that point. But it was great battles. I mean, super clean in my opinion. Obviously there was earlier in the middle stint where Ollie P just absolutely broke Dutch's car, which made him to fall backwards. And yeah.
Yeah, I think people are still getting used to the tyre temperature really, and how much the tyre sticks to the track really, and I feel like that happened with Ollie. He had a bit of a wobble and his tyres got a bit overheated and he couldn't really adjust his car back, and that's why it was the last one. So you qualified P10. On that first lap you made a hell of a lot of places. Do you want to talk us through that?
Well, pretty much. Basically, after I retired, I said to the guys who I was in party with, Asperg and Kathy, I said, look at me being P10. It is always me being P10. Always. Every time. No exceptions. I was P10 in the end. And I just, you know, I wanted to make as many places as possible. And basically, well, turn 2 and the hairpin, they were just a huge part of that to make my first lap successful. And I knew I had the tire life. You know, the ultra soft tire lasts a couple of laps at least. and until they drop off. So I knew I had to make the most of it in lap 1.
Fair enough, mate. Simon?
No, I'll move on to Dutch. I'll start with your qualifying lap, if I may. But that was some lap. I think that's probably one of the quickest lap times that I've seen around Germany so far in a qualifying session.
Yes, Tico and I were practicing and we were even going quicker than that, so...
Yeah,
It's
10
just
spies
couldn't-
and stuff.
You just couldn't push too hard because of the track limits, of course. So
Yeah,
had to
track
back up
limits
a little
are.
bit in turn 1 the most, and gaining a lot of time in the third section, I think.
So the in-race battles you were having, I mean, there were, like we say, there were quite a few going on. Unlucky with the collision with Ollie. Can you talk us through that from your point?
Yes, I was slipstreaming Ollie, I think, and he was battling with Katimis, and I saw he did go for the dive at the hairpin, and I just broke, but he was, I think, collided with Katimis, and then I hit Ollie at the back, where I got some damage, and then Tico hit me, I think.
Yeah, a little
car,
bit.
but he didn't go damage, so it was.
I was pretty
for
lucky.
me, so.
Well, regardless, it was a fine drive, and it was thoroughly enjoyable to watch all of your battles, all three of you. So, well
At
done.
the start, it was, of course,
Well done,
Tico and I
lads.
were pulling away. That was our strategy a little bit, and that worked pretty well. And yes, after the front wing change, I thought I was in front of Fox, but he just came on top of me, and he just stayed in slipstream, and we were battling too hard. And
Yeah, I just want to go. I just want to go back to your strategy, if I can. In that second stint, it looked like you were quite content just to sit behind Tico and get towed along by him. Was that the plan? Use him and try to save the tyres and the battery
Yes,
and stuff.
we want to get in the gap to around 15 seconds, I think, so we could battle nice between each other and not overheating the tires, of course. We would have gone to the battle around lap 25, we said to each other, but that never came to it. Then I was battling to Ox, so.
Okay, well, I think that's going to conduct podium interviews for this round. Once again, guys, well done, great race, pleasure to watch.
Love that.
Thanks,
Well
guys.
done, lads.
See you next
Thanks,
week.
guys.
Thanks.
We will
On to
watch the
Daddy.
race.
Yeah, I strongly advise you watch it back. There's some good battles in there.
Yeah. Thanks for commentating.
No problem, thank
Thank
you.
you guys as well. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
See ya. And thank you everyone that's tuned in to watch the stream. We will be back tomorrow night for Division 2. Same track, same time. Hopefully some same battles. We'll
Yeah.
see you. We'll see you then. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
Uh...
Right.